Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Yesterday we have seen विद्यते हृदय ग्रंथि छिद्यन्ते सर्व संशयाः क्षीयन्ते चास्य कर्माणि तस्मिन् दृष्टे परावरे. The knowledge has to be complete. Then only the result of that knowledge is experienced as bliss, happiness. For example, if we are ready to understand water is free from the limitations of ocean and waves, and therefore, if we insist that the waves and the ocean should not be considered when you have to think about water, we have understood nothing. Then what we have to understand? Water is expressing as ocean and waves, and yet it is beyond the ocean and waves. Meaning, it is simultaneously immanent in the ocean and waves and yet transcendental to them. This is the foundation of wisdom. See, tasmin drishte paravare. Then there won't be any doubt left in our mind. Now come back to our scriptures. According to our scriptures, Vedanta Shastra, the truth is indicated in three stages. Absolute is without attributes and without form. Therefore, Nirguna Nirakar. Nirguna without attributes, Nirakar without form. Then the truth is Saguna Nirakar. Saguna Nirakar is with attributes but no form. And the third one is Saguna Sakar with attributes and with form. See? So if we understand this way, that the truth is only without attribution, without form, Nirgun Nirakar only, then our understanding is incomplete. Then if our understanding is, the truth is with attributes but with no form, that is the only truth, then our understanding is not complete. And so is the case with Saguna Sakar. Then what should be the correct understanding? The correct understanding is that which is without attributes and without form, Nirguna Nirakar, that alone is Saguna Nirakar and Saguna Sakar, and yet it is beyond the three. Tashmin Drishte Paravare. And these are the three understandings. Nirguna Nirakar, Vedanta tells. But Vedanta is not against the Saguna Nirakar and Saguna Sakar. Therefore, Vedanta is complete. There are other religions wherein they talk about the God to be without name and without form, and therefore they start hating the names and forms. This is not wisdom. See, friends, the Vedanta also accept Brahman is Nirgun Nirakar, Ekameva Dvitiya, no doubt about it. But that doesn't mean it is not tolerating the forms and the names. Like water is without name and without form, but it does support the form of totality in the ocean and the form of individuality in the wave, and yet it is beyond. Tasmin drishte paravare. See, my friends, therefore, unless we know the truth in its entirety, so those who say truth is Nirgun Nirakar, attributeless, formless, they call it as Brahman. Those who say Saguna Nirakar, with attributes but with no form, they are the yogis, they call him Paramatma. And those who say that the truth is Saguna Sakar with attributes, with form, like Rama, Krishna, Shiva, then they are also right. They are the devotees and they call Paramatma as Bhagavan. Therefore, Brahma, Paramatma, and Bhagavan. These are the three ways of indicating the reality, which is equally same in all the three and yet beyond all the three. This is the meaning. Vidyate Hridaya Granthi, Chidyante Sarva Samshayaha, Kshiyante Chasya Karmani, Tasmin Drishte Paravare. Tasmin Paravare Drishte Sati. When we thus recognize the truth to be simultaneously immanent in the creation and yet transcendental to the creation. Therefore, from the truth's point of view, creation doesn't add anything to it, and the destruction doesn't lose anything. And this mathematics, immunity to addition and subtraction, is only in one condition, and that condition, it has to be infinite. In the infinite, addition and subtraction has no meaning. See, like the space. Whether we say in space there are 4 directions, nothing is added to the space. If we say no, there are 8 directions, there is no burden on the space. No, there are 10 directions. You have forgotten up and down. That also doesn't add anything. And when we discard all of them, how? When we go beyond the relationship between the sun and the earth, then where all those 10 directions have gone. Therefore, the truth has to be understood in this way. To this, nothing can be added, nothing can be subtracted. It cannot be improved, it cannot be destroyed. When we accept this as the truth, then we have no more worries about Hridaya Granthi, Avidya Kama Karma, Samsara. Then Samshayaha Chidyante Sarva. All the doubts are completely erased. And Kshiyante Jasya Karmani. And all the karma, the Sanchita, Prarabdha and Agami, all of them have disappeared because in them there is nobody, so no karma can be formed. Up to here we have seen yesterday. Now, this statement from Mundaka Upanishad is further substantiated by quoting from the Shvetashvatar Upanishad. It is said, Tameva vidvan atteti mrityum pantana chetaraha jnatva devam pashahani kshine kleshairna janma bhak. Tam eva vidvan mrityum atteti. Tam paramatmanam, tam brahman, or tam bhagavantam. Knowing this Brahma, Paramatma or Bhagavan, tam eva vidvan, knowing him alone, eva is very important. See, vidvan, and knowing alone, not doing anything. How many times we hear this mantra? Na karmana na prajaya dhanena tyage naike amritatva manashu. And yet we are still holding on to the karma. And what is karma? Karma is 2 types. Doing good or doing bad. In both the cases, it is equally bad. Because the kartrutva bhiman is there. Friend, this basic principle we have to understand. We should not do good to anybody. Swamiji, what are you talking? Yes, I am not talking out of my hat. Understanding. Let goodness happen through us. See, like the flower doesn't give fragrance. Flower has fragrance. In the same manner, when we will start doing good to somebody, then we will have criteria. He is my son, she is my daughter, she is my daughter-in-law. Therefore, I help everybody. So to my son and my daughter, good things. To my daughter-in-law, okay. She doesn't come from a rich family. They are accustomed to eat the thrown away. See? The day we understand this principle, to get out of karma is ma karma phala hetur bhuhu. Bhagwan says in Gita. Do not become the cause of creating karma phala. And the cause of creating karma phala is not action, but it is the doership associated with action. Therefore, so tam eva, to that alone, and vidwan, the one who has known that alone, and third, the one who knows alone to him only, the mrityumatteti, he transcends death. Now here is another important. Transcend death means what? This is the basic thing. Transcend death means understanding that death is an illusion. You study sometime, I think we have given talks on that, Sanat Sujatiya. There it is distinctly, clearly proved authentically by Sanat Kumarji, who tells Dhritarashtra, death is an impossibility. If we consider ourselves to be a body which is made out of the 5 elements, see, kahin ki eat, kahin ki roda, and Bhanumati ne kunba joda. Nothing in this world is created. It is only misappropriation of the Panchabhutas, and then something is created. See, we create nothing. But what an arrogance. I have done this thing, I have done that thing. See? I can give something in charity, but if you put my name or my father's name, then only I'll put it. Don't give it. Who wants? See? There was one lady, that time I was staying in Lonavala. And I had a very beautiful garden around my place. And every day I used to see all those beautiful, very big size roses. So, because I see them every day, I had a complete picture in front of my mind. One day I was sitting inside. One lady came from somewhere, NRI brand, and she came and gave me a flower. And she said, Swamiji, this is for you. I love you, therefore this flower is for you. I said, Amma, you are a thief. Swamiji, why? I said, you have stolen from my garden. But you know, it was so beautiful. I liked it so much. So I plucked it for you. I love that flower. Then I told her, please don't love me. If you love me, you'll pluck my head and give it to somebody who doesn't love me. See, friends. Then I told her, flower we have not created. Hands by which we have plucked the flower, that we have not created. The legs by which we have gone near to the flower plant, that we have not created. And yet, I am giving you something. What is ours in this world? See, friends. The vocal cords are same structurally and functionally. Same. But from one vocal cord, when the voice comes out, Lata Mangeshkar is born. Other vocal cord, when the voice comes out, it is the Abaji ke kya karenge. Kale Sehgal is born. See? Now, what is our contribution? Be very attentive. Those who have these Lalit Kala, those who have these qualities of music, dance, etc., what is their contribution? See, friends, my voice is good is told to me by somebody. So there is somebody I had not created, my voice I had not created, and I even didn't know that. And yet, what an arrogance about one's good voice. See? Therefore, tam eva vidvan atteti mrityum. So the body is a mixture of five elements, and when the body drops, the five elements go back to their own place. See? In Patanjali Yoga Darshan, this thought comes. See? All the five elements have come together, a body's form. When a body dies, all of them go back. Therefore, so many people are born, so many things are born, so many things die. There is no lack of the quantity of the five elements. See? The size of the earth is the same. The quantity of waters in the universe is the same. It cannot change. In our Shastras, it is given. 10 times more than the mass of earth is the waters. 10 times more than the mass of water is the fire. Then 10 times more than the mass of the fire is air. And 10 times more than the mass of the air is the space. Then 10 times more than the mass of the space is the mind. Then 10 times more than the mass of the individual mind is the total mind. And 10 times more than the total mind mass is the Chetana, the principle of life. 10 times more than the mass of total Chetana is the divine power in the Shakti, the energy. And 10 times more than the mass of the energy is Paramatma. Try to understand it. See? And therefore, when something is created, nothing is lost. See? That's why they say, when a candle burns, nothing is lost. Because the whole thing is just a mess between energy and matter. When matter breaks, energy is released. When energy is consolidated, solidified, it becomes matter. See? Just understand this basic principle. Tameva vidvan. This is the one who knows this. See? See, now go back. The way I told you, go back. Absolute, pure, conscious, blissful existence beyond the scope of words. Then the energy of this infinite conscious potentiality called in different ways. And because of this energy, as if the reality is activated, as if underlying, then it expresses as life. That life expresses as mind. The mind expresses as words. And the words create problems. See, from the absolute, we have slowly started going towards gross. So words are the grossest expression of the energy. Then we go back. Keep your mouth shut. Come to the mind. Go beyond the mind through the ladder of wisdom. Dissolve your individual intellect into the total will. And thereafter, Lord takes over, you relax. And your relaxation will be to such an extent that you will disappear. And only the truth remains. Like when the wave surrenders to the ocean, only ocean remains, wave disappears. Ocean can become the wave, wave can never become the ocean. Man can become the husband, husband can never become the man. Because the husband is always a man. He don't become divine. We are always divine. And therefore, spiritual progress is not becoming someone extraordinary. Whatever extra things are added to us, we are getting separate and far distance from the absolute. See? Therefore, Tam eva vidvan atteti mrityum. So body-wise, we don't die. Then if you take yourself to be the jiva, jiva-wise also we don't die. Because jiva existed in the last life in other body. In this body also same fellow is existing. And in the next life also he will continue to enjoy or suffer. So where did he die? So neither the body dies nor the jiva dies, and there is no place for death in the absolute reality. Absolute is that which is uncreated, therefore cannot be destroyed. Living with this understanding is the meaning of this statement, Tameva vidvan atteti mrityum. See, friends. But when we don't have understanding, we keep on argument and logic. But then how come if so and so was able to make dead people alive, why did he die himself? These questions are not worth argument. So earlier I used to try to explain, but now I have come to this conclusion by God's grace. So I say, I don't know. Over. But the truth is, doctors have saved so many patients from the corona. But how come they are infected? Is it a logic? If some Mahatmas have given life to the dead bodies, then how did he die? This is stupidity. Therefore, when it is said, Tameva vidvan atteti mrityum, meaning what? One comes to discover death is an illusion. See, friends. And therefore, pantha na cha itaraha. So to go beyond the fear of death, which is the biggest fear for the human beings. See? And there is no other way than to come to know that never we were born, nor we ever die. Then, jnatva devam pashahanihi. And he who thus comes to discover this deva, this illuminating principle which is expressing in and through the total creation. See? Recognizing the electricity behind all the electrical gadgets is devam jnatva. So there is but one reality which is expressing in and through the totality. Now to understand, come to individual understanding, then it can be made total. See? It is not difficult. When I know the vision, then the colors and forms will not disturb me. Suppose the colors and forms are very uncomfortable, I can close my eyes, no hani. When they are removed, there is no loss, it is the same. When sense organs are closed, no loss to the mind. When mind is closed, no loss to the life. See? And what is life? Expression of the energy. When the life departs from the body, energy is back to energy. Energy cannot be destroyed nor created. Energy can be modified. See, friends. Therefore, jnatva devam pashahanihi. Now here we have to understand certain important things. Normally, pashahani, pasha means a snare, a bondage. Somebody has tied us down by a rope. This is called as pashahani. A noose around the neck, pash, mrityu pash. Now, the commonly known things are, there are 6 things which make our life miserable. And they are kama, krodha, lobha, moha, mada, matsarya, desire, anger, greed, vanity, arrogance, etc., jealousy. These are the pasha. Because of that, we suffer in our life. See? When there is a desire in our mind, popping up for anything, we cannot be at peace. See? Then the second one, krodha. Desire can end up in 2 ways. Either the desire is fulfilled or not fulfilled. When the desire is not fulfilled, it becomes anger. When it is fulfilled, it becomes greed. So these are the three variants of this virus, worse than the coronavirus. This desire virus, kamana, or that kam, ichha. So first variant is desire, second variant is the anger, and third variant is the greed. And this is what Bhagavan Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita. Trividham narakassedam dwaram nashanamaatmanah kama krodhastatha lobha tasmane tatrayam tyajet. These three are the gateways to the hell. See, friends. Therefore, pashahani, when we come to discover our essential nature, all the things associated with the non-discovery of our essential nature, and they are kama, krodha, lobha, moha, mada, matsarya, hani, they are no more an issue for us. See, friends, it's so important. And these 6 snares or the binding ropes are spoken with reference to inside. What kind of desire, anger, greed, etc. I have, I only know. And I suffer because of that. Others will not know. But then, these things also express outside. And they create more damage in our spiritual life. Now what are those? Gruna, lajja, bhayam, shanka, jugupsa, cheti panchami, kulam, shilam, tatha, jati, ashto, pasha, prakartitaha. These are the 8 pasha, 8 bindings. Pasha is the noose. These are 8 of them. Which are those? Gruna. Gruna is hatred. Any mind which is carrying an iota of hatred is not fit for the descent of the divine. This word comes in Ishavasya Upanishad also. यस्मिन् सर्वाणि भूतानि आत्मा वा भूत विजानतः तत्र को मोह कशोकः एकत्वानु अनुपश्यतः. So when one comes to discover that oneself alone is everything, how there can be greed, how there can be grief and delusion? There cannot be. So gruna. Therefore, friends, be attentive. If we really want to practice knowledge, and you all must be praying in front of the Lord, the same thing like, Sarve Vantu Sukhena, Sarve Santu Niramaya, Sarve Dhamma, Om Asato Ma Satgama, Tavaso Ma Jyotirkama, Om Purna Vada Purna Vidam Purna. You do that, it's okay. But real prayer should include this. When you stand before, and I tell you, I did it with Shirdi Sai Baba. It helped me. Tremendously it helped. Even if you remember those people who come in your contact, because of which you have suffered a lot, even towards them, there is no an iota of gruna or disgusting hatred. No. See? Gruna. If a girl is very beautiful and very intelligent, and she is having all the qualities of a perfect bride, but she has got a very big patch of leukoderma on her face. Then immediately all the qualities, everything are cancelled. Now we all know leukoderma is not a disease. It is only a metabolic disorder. It is not infectious. And yet it reduces the value exactly the same way. That mind which has got all the good qualities, but hatred for somebody or something in this world enough to cancel all the qualities. The first pasha, gruna, then lajja. See, lajja is what? Others are chanting the Bhagwan's name, and we also go there, and then we don't chant, we simply look here and there. I feel very awkward to chant Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. I don't like this convent. I know. I don't feel lajja. But if we have to abuse somebody, if we have to fight with somebody, if we have to punish somebody, then we are not ashamed. See, friends, this quality I really appreciate among the Westerners. See, there is one of my Amma in London, very divine she is. And whenever she has come, wherever we have gone, she has no hesitation, straight away sitting on the floor. If there is not sufficient chairs and all that, she will come and sit down on the floor comfortably, not showing that, see, I have given up the chair. No, comfortably, natural. See? Because there is no kind of, how can I sit down? You can see this observation where you will see on the airports, when there is a lot of passengers and number of seats are less. If they are Indians, including me, I will not like to go and sit on the floor. But then you will see these Westerners, they don't hesitate. They just sit near the wall or somewhere and open their laptop and start doing the thing. They don't feel shy. See, lajja, this is another pash. Then bhayam, third one is bhayam, fear. See, if I do this thing, what will happen? If I don't do this thing, what will happen? Fear is one of the worst enemy. See, if we are leading a life of fearful existence, we can never progress in life. But be attentive, we also must have fear. Fear has got two aspects. One is a positive aspect, second is negative aspect. Positive aspect is, nobody smoke in our family, and they are very methodical and very systematic, traditional. And if I smoke, and if they come to know that I smoke, oh, it will be terrible. Better I can't smoke. So this is the fear for something good. See? Or else, if everybody is going to temple and I also go to temple, no, what people will think that I am going to temple. I am not a coward, only weaklings go to temple. I will not go. What people will say? This kind of fear is also a bondage. Then shanka is doubt. Samshayatma vinashyati. If we contain any doubt about anything or anybody, you cannot be at peace with him or her. And this habit of shanka is cultivated by us. Shanka is nothing but a biased estimation of a given situation. I'll tell you an example about it. There was a friend of mine with whom I was sitting in his shop, morning 9 o'clock. And there were no customers. We were just sitting and he was explaining. He had a very big, huge shop of cloths. The shirting, suiting and every kind of thing. So he says, "Oh, you please sit in my chair because then it will bring blessings to me." I said, "Then open the cash box. I want to see that also." And then I was playing with the money. I said, "No, I am going to donate everything." He said, "Oh, no, you don't do such jokes. I feel afraid." I said, "All right." Then the one person came from somewhere and a typical social worker, a khadi pajama and a shirt and the shabnam bag. So when he was coming, now this person started, Swami, see, now that man is directly heading towards us. Now these people, good for nothing, he will come and start asking for money, donation. I am doing this thing, I am doing that thing, please give donation. They have nothing else except going from door to door, collecting money and enjoy. Government should know this kind of doubt and frustration. And by the time he reached, and then he asked, excuse me, is it Madan Mohan Junjunwala? Yes. Now, this is the phone number of so and so in such and such place. He has asked me to tell you to contact him on his number. He said, yes, I know this is my friend's number. And contact. I said, now give me and then I'll talk to you. So he took the phone. Is he the same person to whom you asked me to give the draft of 50 lakhs of rupees? Yes. Should I give him? Yes. Please give it. Okay. Take. This is the draft. He has asked me to deliver it to you because I was anyway coming here. He gave the draft and was going away. No, please come sit down, have a cup of tea and all that. He said, no, I'm in a hurry. So when he went, I had a good time with him. I said, look here. He was coming only to collect money from you, isn't it? Or you have collected money from him. Keep the mind open. Don't look at the world with doubt. You may look at the world with doubt. Don't doubt Bhagwan. He has never done anything to anyone which is not required for him. See, friends, if you just look within yourself and look in your own life, there are many events which we did not like, but those events have changed our complete quality of our life. See? Our condition is like the stone who was chiseled and hammered by the artist. That time the stone feels, see, others are very lucky and I am only being heated every day. Wow, wow, wow. And when one day a beautiful vigraha comes out of it and it is worshipped by millions, then those chisel and hammer treatment was necessary for our evolution. Therefore, never live in this world with any doubt. Whatever is happening in our life is exactly required for us. God's planning is 6 sigma. 0% mistake tolerated. See, everything happens perfectly. See? So, gruna, lajja, bhayam, shanka, then jugupsa. See? Jugupsa is a suspicious behavior with somebody. Na tato vijugupsate. In again Ishavasya said, Yasmin sarvani bhutani atmannevanu pashyati sarva bhutastam atmanam na tato vijugupsate. Vijugupsa means a person, although he is seeing someone other than himself, yet he does not treat him as an alien but treats him as one's own. Therefore, jugupsa is that wherein a sense of otherness is taken as real and the life is based on this duality. Then kulam, the next thing which binds us is kulam. This is one of the most dangerous things. See, how much we are arrogantly proud of ourselves. See? Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. And then it all leads to only disintegration of the society. Kula. So important, friends. Normally we imagine that it is only the Brahmins or the Kshatriyas, they have done injustice, but within them also you see, among the Brahmins also, oh, they are Rigvedi, Yajurvedi, Samavedi, Atharvavedi, and this prover, that prover, so many varieties. And then the one considers himself to be superior than the others. Similarly, you go to the other classes, Marathas. I didn't know that. One of my friend, she told me, Swamiji, my daughter has to get married. Will you please see if somebody? We are Marathas. But you know, we are Chappan Kuli Marathas. What is a Chappan Kuli? In your tradition, there is Kulis all. No, 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 no. It's called as Kuli. Chappan and Chaupan. What is this? They consider themselves to be superior than others. Then you go to the next one. These Vaishyas, they are also. See? Among them also Garga, then Bansal, and then Gupta, Agrawal. See? See, friend. The other day I was telling somebody, I said, hey, you are also Kejriwal? He says, Swamiji, they are different Kejriwals. We are not that Kejriwal. Kulam. See? And then you come to the last one, the Shudras, they are also. We are mochis. We are washermen. We are carpenters. How can a carpenter's daughter get married to a washerman's daughter? We are superior than that. This kula is destroying us. Remain as a human being. See, friends. So, kulam, then shilam. Sheela is character. See, this is another important thing, how we are caught up in this. If somebody is a lazy, predominantly tamoguni personality, there is a possibility that he can improve. He can give up laziness and start working. Possibility. Then those who are workaholics, all the time agitated, they also can improve. They may reduce their speed of work and become little less agitated, remain cool. Possible. The third character. Those who are Sattvaguni. You can see all those Sattvaguni people, what kind of arrogance they have. See? I get up early in the morning, 4 o'clock. I take bath. I don't take hot. I take cold water bath, superior than you. See? And then after that, I wash my clothes. Then I do my puja, I do my meditation, I do my studies, I do japa. And I don't eat anything like that. But I cook with my own hands. See? And I'm a strictly vegetarian. I don't eat non-vegetarian like others. See? I don't watch movies in the theaters. I watch on my phone. This kind of goody nature, and what it leads to, holier than thou. See? This is how many Mahatmas, instead of creating a a comfortable atmosphere in their presence, they create a tension around them. See? We are not extraordinary. Simple. See? Similarly, about the food habits. See? Onion, garlic. The left hand, right hand. See? We don't eat in the plastic things. See? We eat only on the banana leaf. Sattvic. See, friends, these are the 8 pasha. Here we are caught up in life. Gruna, Lajja, Bhayam, Shanka, Jugupsa, Cheti, Panchami, Kulam, Sheelam, Tatha, Jati, hi, one more, Jati. Jati is the shape, form. See? So, we are born in that family, royal family. There are many such families there, they tell. Family, this our person, his grandfather was working as a, housekeeper in my great-grandfather's house. And then his father, then his son, they are also working in our whole life. They are totally dedicated to our family. Jati. So we divide them in different categories. And therefore, To get out of this, one simple technique I'll tell you. And I guarantee you, you will not do it. The technique is, don't ask anybody about their life, who they are, what they are. Don't tell about who you are. No need. Then only we are walking the spiritual path. So tameva vidvan atteti mrityum na pantha na chetaraha jnatva devam pashahanihi. And how can we achieve this? Ultimately, the perfection, jnatva devam. And when we come to discover our divine nature, then all these limitations imposed on ourselves because of wrong notions, they will be removed once for all. This example I gave a number of times. If I had to get my heart operated, I go to the hospital and I am not searching for a doctor who belongs to my religion and my culture, my tradition, my gotra. And no, I don't like a lady operating on me. I want only a man because I am a man. I don't touch me. All these kinds of things are of no value. So, jnatva devam pashahani, then kshinaihi kleshaihi na janma bhag. Then all the kleshas, see, they are completely removed. See, there are pancha kleshas told in our Patanjali Yoga Darshan. It is avidya kama sukha dukkha abhinivesha. These are the 5 of them. Avidya, incomplete understanding out of ourselves, therefore desire, therefore because the desire is fulfilled, sukham, not fulfilled, dukkham. So avidya kama sukha dukkha and abhinivesha. Abhinivesha is identification with the gross body. So the body is fat, I am fat. The body is masculine, I am man. Body is old, I am old. These are the pancha kleshas. So kshinahi kleshaihi na janma bhag. And because he has now given up the body identification and all wrong notions contained in his mind, in all of them are given up, and he is now abiding jnatva devam. He has recognized his divine nature. Thereafter, na janma bhag, he is not again born. See? Meaning what? He will live very much in this world, but when the misery comes, he will not become miserable. Be very attentive. What is the birth? Birth is identification. It's something that very moment you are born. Misery comes, you become identified with misery, a miserable entity is born. See? The anger comes, we become identified with the anger, angry personality is born. Old age comes, we become identified with the old age, identification, you are born old. Therefore, kleshahanaihi, the habit of identification is given up. See, friends, because of the body we don't suffer. The world doesn't come into existence because of the body. It happens only after identification. So if you really want to know perfect spiritual practice, and every day you must be standing in front of the mirror, look into the mirror and work on it. What is the position of the reflection in the mirror? When we move ourselves, the reflection also moves. See, when we take out our tongue, the reflection also takes out its tongue. And then work on it. All that is seen so perfectly, correctly, exactly. But does it exist? Then what is the position of that thing? The position is, it appears but doesn't exist. After having known this, we will never get influenced by the reflection in the mirror. Now, come out of the mirror. Now, in place of mirror, keep different things as mirror. So the first mirror is your father. Stand in front of the father. The reflection in the mirror father is a son. Then take out that mirror. Keep the second mirror, the wife. And the reflection of you, the man, in the mirror, the wife, the reflection is husband. See? So when the father dies, meaning when the mirror is removed, what has happened to the son? Nothing. But who cries? He just cries for a short period. That's it. Afterwards, thank God. I was not able to see his miseries. It's very good. God has relieved him from his pains and miseries. Not God, you are relieved. You are fed up paying the bills. See, friends. Thus, when we come to know the principle, one reality with reference to many upadhis appears to have become many, but it has never become many. So with the body identification, the problems are old age and death. With the prana identification, problems are hunger and thirst. With the mind identification, the problem is the shoka moha, the grief and delusion. So what will be the spiritual practice? This picture I have showed you a number of times. These three are annamay, pranamay, manomay. And whose they are mine. So I Vijnanamay. When the I becomes identified with the mind, he becomes happy or miserable. Becomes identified with the prana, he becomes hungry and thirsty. Becomes identified with the body, he becomes man and woman. And he is constantly identified with all the three, he is a samsari. So what is spiritual practice? Practice is a process of disidentification. If identification has happened through foolishness, it can be corrected only through wisdom. There's no other way. See, my friends, so important it is. Nobody can help us in this. Therefore, the real spiritual practice is this. Only body disidentification. Now, like we are all inside our house. Now, find out who is getting bored. So either the officer, or the husband, or the wife, or the son, or the son-in-law, or the daughter-in-law. These are all getting miserable. So sadhana, who has to do? The man, the woman doesn't have to do sadhana. Sadhana is to be done by these all buddies. And what will be sadhana? Sadhana is this only. That if I am in front of my father, I must behave like a son, but don't take your being a son as serious and looking at a father as serious. No. Do your job perfectly well and over. This ability to disconnect, the ability to disidentify from any situation is spiritual practice. That is the practice of knowledge. So, tameva vidvanatteti mrityam pantana chetaraha jnatva devam pashahanihi kshinaihi kleshaihi na janma bhag. So, when these avidya, kama, sukha, dukkha and abhinimesha, these five kleshas are removed, there is no place for birth and death, etc. Now, Kathopanishad is quoted. Devam matva harsha shokau jahati atraiva dhairyavan nainam krita krute punya pape tapayataha kvachita. Devam matva dhairyavan. Dhairyavan, the seeker with patience and courage and confidence and shraddha. Don't forget these two words, they look very simple, but they are like the two wings for the bird of the seeker to go high in the sky. A bird with only one strong wing and other no wing cannot go ahead. These two wings are Shraddha and Saburi, faith and patience. Many times we have faith, but we have no patience. Many times our patience is nothing but laziness. See? Therefore, both things are important. So here it said, Devam matva harsha shokau jahati, dhairyavan. But for whom dhairyavan? He who has this patience and Shraddha. And Shraddha is in what? In the study of scriptures. What is told in our scripture is right. What is explained to us is right. How to practice that is also right. And thus we jump into our spiritual practice with this commitment. You know what happens when we listen to satsang? We get like a spiritual influenza. Suddenly attack comes. And that attack lasts for a day or two. Afterwards, come on, I never did all these things up to 75 years of my age. At this age, what is going to change? Forget about it. Chalo, chicken khate hain. Again, the same thing begins. We are never late in life. Dhairyavan. Don't give up till the last moment. Bhagavan says in Bhagavad Gita, 2nd chapter, Jnatva tam antakalepi brahma nirvana mruchati. Even at the last moment, like it happened in the life of Ajamil in Bhagavad Mahapuran. Just before death, he called his son and his son's name was Narayan. So that was the last thought. Narayana, over. Then last thought makes the blueprint for our next incarnation. And why this happened? Because he has named his son Narayan and he was very much attached to his son Narayan. And therefore all the time Narayan, Narayan, Narayan. But if our children's name is Tambu, Gambu, see, Dumbo, Pappu, next year life will be that only. Therefore, Dhairyavan, don't give up. Never give up. We can achieve anything in life. Karyam va sadhayami, shariram va patayami. Either I will get myself sorted out, maybe even at the cost of the life. Then only we can really walk the spiritual path. So, dhairyavan, have patience. Then, what he will do? Devam matva, when he will come to realize he is a divine nature. Now, how do we know that we are in a close proximity to the divine self? How do we know? What are the symptoms? Symptoms are harsha shokau jahati. Two things. He never loses his balance. Harsha shokau. When something good happens, we want to jump out of our skin. See? Like yesterday somebody sent me one picture. Only for one day they have opened up the lockdown, and somewhere on the road in Bombay, the whole road was packed with cars and cars and cars. See? Because, come on, now I got a chance to go out. See, harsha, don't become excited in life. Happiness should not make us lose our balance. Similarly, shoka, miseries, also will not make such a master miserable because of the misery. These are the symptoms of proximity to the divine self. So, deva matva harsha shoko jahati atraiva, and it is not posthumous. This is the beauty of Vedanta. It is not posthumous. Atraiva, right here alone. And as a result of this, what happens next? We'll see it in our tomorrow's class. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.